Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Asset Ambition podcast. We're your hosts, Noah and Matt.
Welcome.
Episode number what today?
Number 7, I think.
Number 7.
Let's go.
Let's get to it.
We're on a roll here.
Yeah.
It's going pretty well.
I think we're getting more consistent with reels.
Yes.
I've been seeing a difference.
Got all of our accounts open as well, so it's starting to compound there. Starting
Exactly.
to upload some more episodes and whatnot. The YouTube's getting better.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube, Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts as well. Check us out wherever you listen podcasts. This is amazing information. If you're young, if you're older, you like the investment world, you like the real estate world, give it a listen. You'll like it.
Yes, for sure. If we're not on your platform, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to put it on it.
That's it.
And yes, let's get started. Today, we're going to be a bit more focusing on a specific subject. Today, it's a bit more about crypto.
Yeah, crypto.
Right?
Pretty much the whole episode is going to be about crypto. Mostly centered on Bitcoin. I believe that's the subject we're going to be pinpointing on, but we'll talk all assets, all crypto assets.
Because for you, the only one you invest in is Bitcoin,
That's correct. Yeah. I
All right.
won't ever invest in any other crypto asset. You can mark my words on that.
Please keep in mind, we're not professionals.
Oh no, this
on
is not
crypto.
financial advice. We may make a couple of mistakes while we explain it. We're not professional.
We're not professionals. We just talk about our life,
Yeah.
our life experience.
But this is great knowledge. I've been educating myself nonstop about Bitcoin and just crypto assets in general, and I think this is going to be a great episode.
Very excited.
So to start off, Bitcoin, $100,000 US on the 22nd of November around 10 p.m.
That's
So-
exciting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know they were predicting it to hit 100,000 before the end
Of the year,
before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yes. So
and that was attained.
it was in early.
Yeah, early.
I was expecting it to hit maybe like December 28th or something like that. About a month later than it actually did.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be a bit higher than 100K by that time.
What's your prediction?
That's hard to say, but I'd say maybe 115, 120,000 by that time, something like
That's
that.
exciting.
Yeah, it is.
20% gain
I'd say so.
in a month?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking very good. Trump in the United States is going to be taking possession of the White House on the 20th, I think, of January. Don't quote me on
Okay.
that, but I think that's the date that he's actually taking administration position. So, and his view is very, very bullish on Bitcoin and
Yes.
crypto in general. So
Do you think the U.S. is going to start a bit more accepting crypto payments and stuff like that in just regular day-to-day life with Trump coming in?
I think what's going to happen is that the regulatory world
Yeah.
around crypto is going to become more clear.
Okay.
And I think that's what you want when you're a nation state. You want people to know what they're investing in.
Exactly.
Like we were talking
were
about
talking about
earlier, actually. I think this is a good time to mention.
The Haley Welch.
Yeah. So this girl that had this meme earlier, I don't remember exactly when, but she had a meme online, the Hawk to a girl.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the Hawk or the tool.
Yeah, Hawk coin or something like that.
Something
Anyways,
like that.
something irrelevant, couldn't care less. But anyways,
Meme coin.
she essentially launched a coin, had 97% of the supply.
Which is a lot of ownership.
At her name or the founder team, not just her name, but the founder
Her team, yeah.
And then they waited until people put in money, and then they just rug pulled the coin, sold whatever they owned, and the coin crashed more than 90%. Whole lot of people lost a lot of money, and guess who made the money?
She
Right?
did.
It's the
Her and
people
her
that
team.
had the supply. And that's
So-
what happens when you launch a coin and you own the supply is you have a disproportionate benefit from it, and it makes it unethical.
But is there any regulation against it? Because I've been seeing on TikTok and social media saying she might be going to jail for that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know how it'll come down, but wouldn't be surprised. Like that's totally illegal and unethical
sure.
and not recommended at all, and that's not how it should be conducted, a launch of a coin, in my opinion anyways. But no, there's not that many regulations in place right now making that illegal and making that prohibited, and that's kind of where we're standing.
I
But
think that's one of the reasons a lot of people are scared of investing in crypto, because who knows what it happens, and there's no set regulation that are very known.
yeah, exactly. You need to make it clear, right? You need
Yes.
your population to know what they're investing in. Is it a security? Is it an asset? What is it? What am I investing in, right?
Yes.
You need to define what Haley Welch has launched.
Yeah.
Your population needs to know what it is. If you don't know what you're investing in, there's no regulation prohibiting you from selling 97% of the supply and
So-
just stealing the money.
So let's say like a meme coin.
Yeah.
There's no security. It's just a random person, which usually has a bit of fame and wants to make money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They launch a coin.
Yeah, and anyone can launch one. Like, the only thing you got to do is pay $40 and launch it. That's it. To launch it,
US.
say, US,
Okay.
on some exchange, like say Coinbase. They're a bit more conservative. They go with bigger market cap coins, but there's a whole lot of different crypto exchanges, and you can just pay a small fee. You're launched, and that's it. So
Okay.
our generation, we rather do that. Because if you want to launch a business in the United States and be, say, on the New York Stock Exchange
Yeah.
or the NASDAQ, it's $40 million to initiate your security, having it be registered under a trading center, New York Stock Exchange or whatever. That's a much bigger premium.
Oh, wow.
So maybe some really famous person would be able to launch a security
stock.
like that, a stock like that, but there's regulatory oversight in the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah,
There's
for
none
sure.
in the crypto asset sphere.
Yes, which I believe Trump was talking about bringing into the crypto market, right?
Yeah. And I think that would be the move. Like, you got to know what you're investing in. And that's why I printed out these sheets here. So we have a little bit of information
Yeah.
to discuss. And here's what was proposed. It's not 100% that's what it's going to
Yes.
be. But here's what was proposed. So you have about 6 or 7 sections of crypto assets that you can launch.
Yeah.
So the first one would be digital commodity.
Yes.
That's an asset like Bitcoin or something that tracks gold 1-to-1.
Okay.
Like Marty was talking in the podcast last time that we had him on.
Yeah,
He was saying you can
podcasts.
buy it digitally, and it's in a vault, and it's backed 1-to-1 by the amount of supply of gold that there is. So it's backed by a commodity. It's
Yes.
backed by something that no one has a disproportionate amount of control over. It's backed by a coffee ground, or it's backed by silver. It's backed by grains or whatever, wood, lumber, whatever. You can have crypto commodities.
So they have security, like, for market, right? For the value they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because it's pinned 1-to-1 to what the asset is worth, what the
Yes.
commodity is
Okay.
worth. So what the advantage is with a commodity like that is that it is ethical. Because it's ethical because there's no founder or there's no one that owns it more than someone else.
So it's not like the owner owns 97%.
Exactly.
Like
I
Miss
think we'll
Welch.
use that. We'll use that example a couple of times
I think
to
so.
substantiate and explain a little bit more. So
When I
here's
saw that, I was very excited because I was like, oh, that's going to be a subject on the next podcast. Especially, we were planning on a lot talking about crypto this week.
Yeah.
I was like, and I was seeing this and I was like, we have to talk about it.
And that's not the only one. Like,
No.
it's been happening since the crypto sphere exists.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of scams, the amount of money that was stolen by some naive investors or investors that, thought they were investing and supporting their favorite creator online, and
Yeah.
they just got rug pulled their money, and it's lost.
So when you see a coin like this, like I know there's many, like influencers, I guess we can call them, that have their coins. How do you gain value on those coins? Because when you start, you're basically at zero, correct?
Yeah, you're at zero, but The thing is, when the creator starts,
Yes.
it's at 0.
Yes.
But she bought 97%, or her founder team bought a big. I don't
Big
know if it's
portion.
97. I don't
That's
know
what I
for a
saw
fact
online.
it's 97. That's what I saw online as well. I don't want to spread misinformation, but a big portion of the supply was bought by her founder team.
Yes.
So, and that was bought before launching the coin.
So how do you buy it when you don't launch it?
You do a pre-mine.
Okay.
So a pre-mine is you start running the computers that back the token or the coin in
Okay.
advance, and you buy it up. So you can just buy it whenever when you're the founder, because you know that it's already launched.
It's your coin.
And it's not already on an exchange because, it's your coin. Exactly. You're running it from your computer or your database, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So at that point, you can buy as much as you want. So say you buy 90% of the supply, there's only 10% that's left. So the price is, I don't know, the price can be $5 when you bought everything. If ever it's like a coin with a whole lot of supply, say you
Yeah.
have 1 billion coins, well, it would only be $5 or so, even if you buy 90% of the supply.
Yeah.
But then you go on the exchange and you say, hey, I launched my coin. Hey, I'm the meme girl. I'm so cool. Please send money to this coin here. I will not take the money out. Believe in me. You can invest in me. This is good. I'm virtuous. And what's stopping you from then selling when there's a whole lot of investors? Say you have $1 million that was invested within the first, I don't know, for 5 days. That's just an example.
Yeah.
I don't know the amount.
'Cause that girl
You can
has
sell
a big
90%.
following, right?
You can sell what you own, and you get 90% of that $1 million, right?
Okay,
So-
so more people buy, the higher the price is.
Yeah.
Because the higher the
Basic supply and demand.
demand. Okay.
Yeah, basic supply and demand, and each coin has a different set amount of coins that there are out.
Okay.
Or same as Apple stock. There's a set amount of shares that are on the market, and that's why there's supply and demand for the price to go up when there's more demand, and when people are selling, the price will go down because there's less demand for that stock.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's such a fascinating world
Yeah.
when you can.
It is, and that's the world
Yes.
we'll live in. When you
Yeah.
think about it, like, that's the future. Like telling me that we're gonna keep trading only from 9 to 4 within a bank that's registered within the government of Canada or the government of the United States, and you need to respect 9 to 4. I don't believe that's gonna be it forever. I think we're heading to being able to trade 24/7. You should be able to hold Apple stock, Tesla stock, whatever, any stock. Eventually, I'm not saying like in 2 days that's what's going to happen, but I think the administration that's coming to the States is going to help a lot to make that into fruition. And it's beneficial. It's ethical. It's totally ethical. If I want to own Apple stock on my phone and have it myself in self custody and not needing to open a brokerage account with CIBC, for example, in Canada.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I be able to do that? And why wouldn't I be able to sell or buy on Saturday? Why? If I want to sell my Apple stock, it's my Apple stock. I own it. I can sell it on Saturday if I want to. In the traditional finance world, no, I can't. But I believe in the future, yes, we can. And I think our generation and younger generations from us are going to benefit tremendously from that advancement.
So, if we compare stocks, well, not compare, but if we look at stocks, right, on the New York Exchange, it's all based in New York, right? So the regulations are all made by the states.
Exactly.
But if you look at crypto, it's worldwide. So it's how do you put in regulations when it's worldwide?
Yeah, that's a very tough question, and I don't have the exact answer to that. We'll see it develop.
Yes.
But I think the states will have a majority of the impact as to what the regulations will be. And I think most of the countries will base it off the states, like most of the countries do with their stock exchanges.
Yeah.
But say you go in China, it's a more authoritarian state, and they have they limit the amount of money you can take out of the bank, they limit the amount of money you can take out of the country, and everything like that. The regulations will be different,
For sure.
so it won't be a standard for every country. But what's fun with crypto assets is you can hold it in any country, though.
So if you're not,
So-
so if you don't like the regulations in the state, you can just buy them in
Exactly.
Switzerland
Exactly. Or
from
if
Canada.
Yes. That's
Okay.
correct. And you don't need to have a bank account in Switzerland. You don't need to transfer your Canadian dollar to Switzerland dollars because every crypto asset has a price in Canadian dollars, in United States dollars, in the yen, in the euro. Every country sees the price of the asset with their currency. So that's
So
amazing.
but if we all, let's say we base it all on USD,
Yeah.
US dollar. If you go in China and you buy Bitcoin in China or Switzerland, wherever, is it basically the same price?
Yes.
Okay, so it's all
Yeah.
the same price,
So for
just different
example,
exchanges.
yes. So for example, for us, when Bitcoin is at $100,000 in US,
Yeah.
for us it's $143,000 Canadian dollars. That's crazy when you think about it, because that means our dollar is worth 43% less than what the United States dollars is worth.
I remember the
That's
time.
crazy when you think about
I
that.
remember the time we were like a Canadian
Yeah,
dollar
it
and
was
US dollar were the
pretty
same.
much neck and neck, and then we
I'd
had
go
this
shopping every year in the US.
we had this state that we're in right now where it's like it's crazy. I don't want to get into it, but the amount of money that was printed in the last 5 years is insane, and the prices of houses going up and the stocks going up like that, and telling people that you can't run a gym or you can't run a restaurant and
Yeah.
closing doors and everything like that. That was a crazy policy and decision, and we see the impact that it has. The grocery
Unfortunately.
costs so much more right now, so we can see it. We can see it with Bitcoin. That's what's fun. The dollars, it's the US dollars, $100,000.
Yeah.
Here it's 143,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, if you really, well, take a look, it's so unfortunate that a virus came down to messing up our economy.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate that 2 years of prime COVID messed up the economy.
Yeah, and that was a reason for governments to give like $2,000 checks to people.
People
a
not to
reason-
work.
Yeah, for people not to work and stay home and not be healthy and not be able to go to the gym to become healthy, to overcome a virus, which is stupid. But yeah. Anyways, let's go on to crypto assets.
I feel like we always come back
Yeah.
to COVID, but
Because
if
it
we
always
look at
comes back to the
finances-
amount of money that's printed.
Yes.
And Bitcoin is the perfect hedge against the amount of money that's printed, because none will be printed ever more. There won't be ever more Bitcoin.
So is there any crypto that you can get more crypto? Like, let's say not Bitcoin, but like just a random coin. You
Yes.
invest in it.
Yes,
And
many.
they decide, oh, we're running out. Why not print more?
Exactly.
Can you print crypto?
Yes, you can up the supply. And that's why I don't invest in crypto assets that have a founder, and we know who the founder is, and the founder has a disproportionate interest, and they can decide, oh, whoops, my kid now has cancer. How are we going to get money to bring him to the hospital? Ooh, I now have this ethical reason to issue more crypto assets. But if you do that, all your investors are being diluted and are losing value on their investment just because of that. And that's the second digital option. It's the
Yeah.
digital security.
Yeah.
A security is a stock, and crypto assets, a digital security, that's a digital stock. So XRP is a digital stock.
Yes.
A whole like 90% of the coins are digital securities.
Yeah.
And that's what that means is that they have a founder, and the founder has an amount of the supply. The founder can make decisions. The founder can be bribed to make decisions. The founder can change the protocol, can print more, can sell what they own and crash the market because they own a certain percentage of the float, and like they
Haley
did
Welch.
with Haley Welch. So that's the risk of investing in that. And that's totally fine. Like, I'm not telling anyone to not trust that and not invest into a security. If you believe in XRP, or if you believe in any other crypto security, go for it. I'm not for it myself. I will never invest in any other crypto asset than Bitcoin.
Because what I've been seeing on social media, a lot of people have been saying XRP is the next one.
Yeah.
It's the next not Bitcoin, but it's the next crypto that is going to gain a lot of popularity.
Yeah, I find that funny. Like it is gaining a lot of popularity, and it has good gains in the last year, and that's totally fine. But if you look at the price chart, like I showed you earlier,
Yes.
in 2017, we're at the same price per XRP coin, or Ripple coin, it's called, than we were in 2017 today. So say you bought in that hype in 2017, you're just now breaking even.
So that's
Not a
7
gain.
years, 7 years later.
That's not a gain. That's a loss.
Yeah.
Or that's breaking even, right?
sure.
Yeah.
But if you bought within 2020 or
Sure.
whatever,
Yeah, it was
then
lower.
you're on top.
So you made a gain lately,
Yeah.
and that's totally fine. That's ethical. You can make a gain by investing in a security. I have nothing against that. But let's talk about it, XRP. You wanted to talk about it. If you take a look at the second page, I have some information here about XRP. I had to do a bit of research before the podcast. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But I took out some points here. So essentially, XRP is a centralized crypto asset. So it's owned by a founder.
Yes.
Bitcoin is decentralized. It's not owned by anybody. You can buy Bitcoin, but it's not owned by anybody. It's a commodity, like we established earlier. So it's owned by Ripple Labs. That's the name of the company, or the founding company. Yeah. And the founders, cumulatively, they own 42% of the XRP supply.
At least it's not 97.
At least it's not 97. I mean, I guess you're better.
I guess you're better than that.
I guess you're better. But if they turn around tomorrow and they say, hey, I mean, we like the gains that we got in the last year here, and we want to sell, 30% of that, the price is going to crash 30% at least.
Yes.
and if not more, because that will fear the investors and all that. Okay, so for substance, Bitcoin has a market cap of $2 trillion when we're at $100,000, because there's 21 million, or at 101. 101 is $2 trillion. That's the market cap.
So there's 1.1 million Bitcoin.
21 million.
21 million.
21 million.
21 million.
And there won't ever be more. Yeah.
Never. Okay.
That's not debatable. It's set in the protocol, and it's going to be respected.
So we won't be able to find any more Bitcoin after that.
Not at all.
Okay.
That's amazing.
At one point you'll just have so much demand and not enough Bitcoin to provide to everyone.
Yeah. So the people that own it, if ever someone wants to buy it from me in the future, I got to accept to sell it to them.
Okay.
So I got to accept a certain price if I want to sell it, but I don't want to sell it ever. But
at one point you'll want to sell it.
Never.
I'll
hold on it forever.
So for you, what's the goal of investing if you're never going to sell it?
The goal is to gain my gain capital as much as the money is being printed right now.
Yeah.
I'm gaining so much capital, what I believe will come eventually. I don't know the year, I don't know when, but I believe you'll be able to borrow against your Bitcoin, like you're able to borrow right now against your position in Apple stock, or you're able to borrow against the amount of gold you have in if you hold it with the bank. You can say, hey, bank, give me a loan at 3% of interest for a percentage of the gold I own. Yeah. And the bank will not refuse that if they calculate that it makes sense. So I believe banks will let you do that with Bitcoin in the future.
You can do that in certain countries, right?
Yes, you can do it right now. I won't do it right now. I'm not comfortable doing it, because that means you need to hold your Bitcoin with an institution, with a bank.
Okay.
And I don't trust a bank right now to hold my Bitcoin. But when Royal Bank of Canada lets me hold their Bitcoin with them, or when JP Morgan Chase in the United States let me hold Bitcoin with them, then it's a bank that's too big to fail.
So for you, because for you, what you like about Bitcoins is you don't have to go through a bank. That's
correct.
What you've told me before.
Yes.
You own it 100%. You don't go through a bank. There's nothing of those.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah. To buy it, you need to buy it on an exchange. You can't just buy it on on
CIBC.
Google or on some just a browser. You need
Yeah.
to sign up at an exchange to buy it,
Yeah.
which makes total sense. That's
With
that's
ID
how
and all
finance
that, yeah.
works. But you don't have to hold it with a bank,
Okay.
and that's what I love.
Yes.
Is that I have 100% custody of the asset that I have.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So Bitcoin's market cap 2 trillion. XRP is 130 billion at the moment.
Okay.
So it's much
A
lower.
lot.
It's much lower. It's 1/20th of the amount.
So there's less XRP currently in the market.
No, there's a bigger cap. So the amount of XRP is 1 billion.
Okay.
And Bitcoin is 21 million.
Okay.
So no, sorry, XRP is 100 billion of supply. 100 billion. And the price right now is $3 USD.
Yeah.
And the price right now for Bitcoin is 100,000.
Yeah.
$3 and 100,000 it's a big difference.
For sure. Yeah.
It's a big difference. So Bitcoin has a set cap. XRP, it's set. The founders are saying this is a set cap, but there's nothing stopping them from upping it in the future. Like I said, if ever, I don't know, if they get a divorce and they're tight in the money, the founders, hey, I want to print more XRP. I can print more XRPs
Yeah.
if I want. I have disproportionate interest. I'm the CEO,
Yeah.
right? Or if my kid gets cancer and I don't have the funds to bring him to the hospital,
Yeah.
boom, I'll print more money and whatever. My investors, they'll lose, but so
You're
there's
gaining,
nothing
right?
stopping them. Yeah,
So it's unethical to do, but you could do it.
yeah, nothing
Nothing stopping
them.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's a
it.
bit scarier. If
It
you
is.
look at it, it's riskier,
Yeah,
but you
It's-
never know what's going to happen, right? So if you buy it right now because when Bitcoin first launched, people didn't really know what was going on.
it was a fraction of a cent.
It was exactly.
I wish I had bought back then, but
No, if people had bought $1,000, put in $1,000 into it, everyone was looking at them. Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
yeah,
But
whole lot of people are telling me I'm crazy right now. I don't mind it.
no, I know. But right now,
The gains are crazy.
yes. But if you would have invested back then,
Oh, that was much more risky.
it was a lot more risky.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was much more risky because we didn't know what was gonna happen. There was way less computers backing
there
it.
was no.
There was
crypto was not popular.
yeah, no businesses owned it. No nation state owned it. Like it was just it was not. It was so much more risky, but that's how investments work. The higher risk, the higher reward. That's how it works.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But if you bought $5 worth at the time,
Hey.
you'd have 10 Bitcoins.
Yeah. I
And-
wish I had done that.
How much would you have right now?
500,000?
Exactly.
Yeah, 5 Bitcoins, yeah.
Yes.
500,000 US, so that's like 700 Canadian.
That's crazy. It's a house. It's a duplex.
Yeah.
A fourplex.
Yeah, that's an investment property, and if you don't sell it, like you'll make much more gains in the next few years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so Ripple, I done some research. So XRP, Ripple
So
is...
XRP and Ripple are the same thing.
Yeah, that's it. So Ripple is the name of the company, and XRP is the ticker of the coin. So
Okay.
so Apple stock, the ticker is APPL, or Tesla stock is TSLA.
Okay.
Tesla, yeah. Yeah, so XRP is just the ticker.
Yeah.
So they had an SEC lawsuit in the past, unlike Bitcoin, which is widely decentralized. So it can't have a lawsuit with a founder or with a company. So
There's no one to sue.
So yeah, so you don't have that risk.
Yeah.
So that's why it's worth less, or Bitcoin is worth more because you don't have a risk of a lawsuit,
Yeah.
right? You can't get sued. You can't lose money because of anything like that. Bitcoin is known as kind of digital gold, and XRP is a niche payment token, right? It's so I can wire you money directly to you, one-to-one, just like I can do with Bitcoin. So I mean, I rather do it with Bitcoin than XRP.
Yeah.
Here's a question I had, and I have a friend actually that's he's like 100% invested into XRP, and
Okay.
back since 2017 when in that hype there.
Okay.
And
He must be
I
happy right
believe
now.
he's I haven't spoken to him, but I'll see him at Christmas. I'm going down to Hearst, and
Okay.
he's from Hearst as well. And yeah, I can't wait to talk to him. I don't know if he's still in it, but I believe so. He was very, very convinced and convicted to it. So I can't wait to talk to him about it. But essentially, people that are investing in that are kind of betting that it's going to be a monetary or a way for countries, people, businesses to transact one-to-one with each other in the future. But my question to the people that believe that is, do you really think that Russia, like Putin, is going to buy XRP, which is owned by a founder that is in the United States, to transact with the United States?
No.
I don't think that's ever
No.
going to happen. So I
Yeah.
think that's debunked just like that. Like if you think that the states will use that to say JP Morgan Chase will use that to transact with I don't know, some other bank in the United States like Goldman Sachs, for example. Maybe that's going to happen eventually. I don't care. I think it's going to happen at a much bigger magnitude in Bitcoin because then they'll be able to do business with Swiss
Worldwide.
Bank, with the World Bank, with with Russia, with China, with Singapore, everywhere. So I think it's much more favorable to own an asset that no one founded it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're not supporting anyone.
exactly. You're not counting on some CEO to take good decisions
Yeah.
and to not get more lawsuits.
Exactly, yeah.
Because there may be more that come.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So that's digital securities. That's a stock. You're investing in a company which has a CEO, which has an amount in the supply, which has interest in XRP for it to work well, but also can get into lawsuits, can be taxed, has whole lot more risk than digital commodities.
Yes.
So that's a digital security. Then we have digital tokens. So those are utility-based assets. So for example, I don't know, name me like a country singer that you'd like to go see if he comes to Ottawa, for example.
There's a lot.
Name one person you'd like to go to a concert to.
We'll say Morgan Wallen.
So Morgan Wallen comes to Ottawa. He comes to the hockey rink there. He does
The center?
that
Okay.
center. I don't know the name, but and you want to get into that concert. I believe, and it's happened in the past, and it's starting to take hold. Your ticket to come in the future should be a digital token.
Okay.
So you can have it on your phone and you own it yourself. It's not through
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster or some
StubHub.
businesses like that. It would
Yeah.
be a digital token that you're buying for that night, specifically to go see Morgan Wallen at that location, and it's going to be one-to-one. You're going to have 100% custody of that digital token.
So that way, if you want to sell it, there's no one stopping you from selling it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You'd be able to resell it to someone if you want, and why would that not be accepted, right?
Right now, there's artists that refuse to have resale tickets.
Yeah.
Like I saw a couple places, you need to like sell it on Marketplace, which you don't know if you're actually gonna get the ticket, right?
That's it.
Like it's so.
So that's what's fun about digital tokens. It's really nice.
You give the money and it's transferred right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's another use of digital tokens. It's similar to digital security. It's kind of a mash between the both, but say for example, Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
He wants to launch a coin because he wants his viewers to be able to invest in his podcast. Hey, I believe Joe Rogan will keep going for the next 10 years doing podcasts,
Most
for
likely,
example. I want to invest into him. What's wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he launch a token? I believe the administration in the States will accept and give a framework for small businesses like that to launch a token. Like if we want Asset Ambition podcast, I'd say within the next 10 years. I think Canada is much more much more liberal and much more.
We're behind.
Yeah, we're behind. We'll adopt it a little later. But if we want to launch a token in the future, I believe we'll be able to do it. And if our viewers, we become bigger and they want to invest in our podcast, they believe in it, they'd be able to. And there's nothing unethical about that. If we want to crowdfund, we can do it. I would never do something like like Haley Welch did, and it would not be something like I own a supply. Like, yes, I own the podcast, but what people are betting on is we keep going with the podcast.
Exactly.
Basically, right? So, and there's a whole lot.
So it'd be like having a stock, an asset ambition stock.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much so. Yeah.
You invest in a business, and you hope they grow.
Exactly.
And the more they grow,
and
the
why
more
couldn't
you're worth.
you do that? And the reason you couldn't is because it cost $40 million to do it, say on the New York Stock Exchange,
you
and you
already
need to show your financials, and you need to put statements out, and you need to have all that regulatory oversight.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of crazy when you think about it. If you want to start out and you need money, you can't just go out and go on the New York Stock Exchange.
That's it. Exactly. No, actually, I have some statistics that I got out for today. So there's a total of 400,000 private companies in the United States. So, or say, for example, my parents, they own a hotel down in Hearst. It's a private company. They're not traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange, the Toronto Stock Exchange, or anything like that. That's a private company. There's 400,000 in the United States alone. And in the whole world, this is rough numbers, but 400 million companies worldwide.
That are trading on stocks.
No, just companies in general. So that's public or private.
Or private, okay.
Yeah. And this is a crazy stat. There's only 0.06% of U.S. businesses that are on public markets.
Because it's so expensive.
Because
right?
it's so expensive, because you have lawsuit risks, because if ever people start selling your stock, maybe you'll go bankrupt, because the taxes go up, because you have so much more money to spend on accounting, because you need to show your financials to the public market. Not all businesses want to show their financials.
No, for sure.
My parents in Hearst with their hotel, they wouldn't want to show their financials in the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's a private business. They like it. They're good with the numbers they're making, and they're keeping it private, and that's okay. But 0.06%, that's not a lot.
No.
Like, if we have a digital asset framework and people are able to launch securities, say it becomes a bit higher, not $40. Say you want to have a barrier to entry still, maybe it's $10,000, for example, to launch one. At least it's not 40 million, right?
So let's say you do that, you could get investors invested in a real estate project, right? Like, you want to build a high rise, you launch a coin, and you build up on it.
Yeah, so that's an asset-backed token, an ABT. So an asset-backed token is when you have a tangible asset made into a token.
Okay.
So if, for example, TCU.
Yes.
We went to see that developer.
The ones I had in mind.
We went to see that developer in Ottawa, and we had a meeting. They're great, amazing business. That's pretty cool what they're doing. Say they want to have a token, and they want people to invest in their token. That's totally ethical. They just need to back it 1-to-1 by the amount of, say, doors they have in their real estate development. Say they have a condo, there's 100 doors in it.
Yeah.
That token would be backed by 100 doors, or backed by, say, their building is worth 50 million.
Yeah.
It's backed by 50 million worth of real estate.
So then the more your real estate grows, the more your coin is worth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So there's two reasons it would go up, or many more there. But there's the reason of, I'm getting more real estate, so investors will invest more.
Yeah.
And if investors invest more, then the price goes up.
Would that be something you'd invest in?
No.
No?
100% Bitcoin. I'm not going to touch any other token asset.
Okay.
Ever. Bitcoin will make the best in my opinion, Bitcoin will make the best gains forever.
Okay.
And it's something that people will want in 100 years, in 1,000 years. That they'll want that forever and worldwide. So I feel like I'm invested in the best option.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Only time will tell, right?
Exactly.
When you
People are telling me
invest-
I'm crazy. I
When
don't
you
mind
invest, you invest in something you believe in.
it. Exactly.
So
That's it. It's my money. If I want to invest in Bitcoin,
if you lose it,
I
it's
do
not
it.
my money you're losing, it's yours, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's another one. Digital currencies.
Yes.
That's really interesting stuff. People think Bitcoin is a digital currency. It's not. It's not a currency. It's a commodity.
Okay.
Currency would be something like something back to one US dollar.
So like Ethereum?
No, Ethereum is a security. It's a
Okay.
business. There's a founder. They have a team. Currency would be backed one to one US dollar.
Okay.
It would be there's one ticker. It's called USDT,
Okay.
and that's done by Tether. Tether is the founding business.
Yeah.
And so when you buy, you're buying one US dollar. Or if you
So-
buy $100, you buy 100 US dollars.
So for people in the US, you're better off just keeping your cash.
Yes,
But let's say for us, Canadians,
exactly. That's a way to
they have a
hedge.
better economy.
That's a way to hedge, and all the money printing. Well, that's the reserve currency of the of the world. So
Yeah.
you're better off. You're losing less value. You're still losing value. There's many US dollars being printed every day,
For sure.
but you're losing less than in the Canadian dollar. But if you're in Africa and your currency is fully crashed and it's hyperinflation, when you can buy Tether, you're happy. You're
Yeah, for
happy.
sure.
You're not losing all your economic power.
Yeah.
And it's my belief that in the future, I'm unsure that Africa will, like maybe some countries in Africa will have their own currencies, like
Yeah.
maybe. But I believe that there's going to be worldwide adoption of the biggest economies, so probably the euro, the yen, and the United States dollar.
Yeah.
I believe there's like $1 trillion of opportunity there for a bank that wants to back a currency one to one,
For sure.
or governments that want to back a digital currency one to one. I think it's a big opportunity there, and I think a whole lot of countries will be using it, and they are using it.
Yeah.
Like it's not a debate; it's already started, but
Okay.
it's not. If we want to use cryptocurrency, US dollar backed one to one at Subway today, we won't be able to.
No, for
but
sure.
maybe eventually.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
You'll just like tap Apple Pay, boom.
Yeah, and there should be a Canadian one as well, but the
I would
market.
invest in it.
Yeah, but the market cap would be much lower, and
sure.
most of the businesses would accept the US dollar payment or the euro payment because they're getting better money as well. So
Yes,
they'll
exactly,
be losing less
yeah.
value. So I think it's going to converge into the bigger ones there,
sure.
you know, the Chinese yen and stuff like that. And here's the last one, non-fungible token. So that's an NFT.
So that's like a picture.
It's crypto art.
Yeah.
It's crypto art. It's written in code that you own, a unique art. It's written on a computer. It's 100% yours. You own it, and you can invest in what's the biggest one there? The Bored Ape. Bored Ape is a very big one. Like you can, they go for $100,000,
That was very,
even
very,
more.
very popular a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and there's some people that believe in that and they think it's going to go up in value for a good while. And hey, I think it's going to go up in value more than Picasso's. I
Well,
think that
art
the
has always
culture,
been a good investment, right?
yeah,
because you-
niche art, like
yes,
like
for
art
sure.
that is culturally accepted.
Yeah, it's not one that you'll just go to Home Sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I like this picture frame of a cow. You have 1,000 millions of those paintings done.
Exactly.
Those don't.
But
gain value.
something from Van Gogh or Picasso, or probably in Japan, they have different
Yeah.
different artists that they really like, or in China they have different artists, or in Africa they have
Artists that
different
are
artists.
one of one.
Exactly, and it's unique. You can have it, and what's fun with those is when it's physical ones, is you're able to flee your country with it and keep your wealth. Right?
Yeah.
Say that you're under attack, you're Ukraine right now, and you want to flee your country, but you want to keep your money. Not many ways you can do it. Your home, it's gone. There's a
Yeah,
bomb
for
that fell
sure.
on it. Um, How else? You have gold. How do you cross with gold with customs? You're gonna get stopped. You're not gonna be able to bring it
What about your
through
picture,
a plane.
though?
Your picture, you can roll it up, bring it in your carry-on bag. No one's gonna notice. So that's the most portable asset to keep your wealth.
Depends of the
in.
size.
Yes.
Some of them are
Yeah,
big.
yeah, sure.
Then
And
you
that's
lose
why
the
Bitcoin's
frame.
better. That's why Bitcoin's better. I can have it in my pocket with a small wallet and no one has anything to say about it.
I don't think any of those physical assets are very easy
No.
to move.
But art is the best one. Or is the easiest one to move through an
Yeah.
airport. Yeah.
You
It's
think
not
so?
done with
Yes,
metal.
but
You're
if
not
they look at it, they might be.
Nothing wrong with that. You own it. You can have a Picasso
But
rolled
you
up
can,
in
you
your...
can have, like, let's say a watch that is worth 150,000.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah.
think that's way easier.
But you lost your money. You lost your home.
Yeah.
Your home is done. It's been seized by Russia, for example, if
But
ever
your
they win the
painting,
war.
if they seize the painting, they'll seize the watch.
Yeah, but
if
they'll
they-
seize gold way before the painting, for
You
example.
think so?
Yeah. Why would they seize a painting? Like what?
I don't know.
How would that be illegal? There's no reason it would be illegal to bring a painting in
But
another
why would
country.
it be illegal to own a Rolex per se?
It's not. I never said it did.
I know, but
not.
I've heard a lot of people say a watch is the best thing to bring on vacation because if you do need money, there is a market in every country
Yeah.
for a Rolex, for an AP, for a Richard Mille.
Yeah, very unique watches
Yes.
are good stores of value. Yeah, I'm not arguing against you on that. Yeah, I
So
totally
think
agree.
Those are good things to
Yeah.
own if you go on vacations and
Yeah.
you're stuck, lost your wallet, whatever.
Yep.
You sell your watch.
It's going to be recognized somewhere, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But what's fun about NFTs is that they're digital.
Yes.
You don't even need to roll up your painting and take it with you. It's stored in your wallet in cyberspace, online. Like it's not physical. And so it's even harder to steal it because you can't put your hands on it. It's not physical, right?
But what if you have a hacker?
Yep, that's totally a possibility.
That's a risk as
Yep,
well, right?
that's why I would never buy any NFTs, and that's why I don't believe in it personally.
Because it's the same as someone going into your home and stealing it, but they can do it from their own home.
Yes.
So
Yeah, but it's pretty safe. It's cryptographically backed by so many computers. It's a pretty safe investment, but
it's
I
all investments
wouldn't do it.
now. Like even just your bank account, right? You can get hacked and there's nothing you can do.
exactly. So
You put in your credit card in the wrong machine. Next thing you know, you have a $500 Uber Eats transaction. That happened to me.
oh no, talking about experience.
Yes. And like my bank was fast enough to like block it, but I see this and I'm like,
Yeah.
did I order Uber Eats? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Anything can get hacked online, but
Yeah.
the most safe thing online is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And
Crypto.
yeah, crypto. So here I wanted to explain what makes Bitcoin a property and not a security.
Okay.
I've explained it a little bit, but I want to go through it again because I can't put enough emphasis on this. This is what makes it unique, and this is what makes it, because that's why 95% of the money that's in the crypto space is in Bitcoin and none other, because it's so unique. It's a paradigm shift. It's like discovering electricity. It's like discovering fire. People will adopt it because it's just better. It's just better. It's as simple as that. So Bitcoin has no issuer.
Okay.
It's not issued by anyone.
No founder.
There's no founder. There's no one that has disproportionate interest. There's no one that can print more. There's no founder.
Well,
so
when
that's
you
amazing.
say there's no founder that is known.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, someone had to found it.
Someone had to create it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It
that
can't
person,
we can't just find it. Like it's like Prometheus when he started a fire. He hit two rocks together. It started a fire.
Yes.
He started it.
Yeah.
There's one person that started it, yes.
But
But
could
I can
he-
do a fire in my home.
But could he come
My
back?
brother can do a fire in his home. Someone in China can use fire to their advantage. Someone in the United States can use fire to their advantage.
But could the founder come back?
I guess he could. That would be a risk. I believe he would be. He's at risk, and that's why he disappeared.
Yeah.
Because he could be, as far as assassinated, or he
Yeah.
could be kidnapped. He could be bribed to change the code. That's why he disappeared. It was to keep his safety, and I think that was the best move. We don't know if he's dead. We don't know if he's here. We don't know where he is, and that's good.
But he could come back.
Sure,
Yes.
he could. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. He can't change the protocol anyways.
No?
Nope.
Why not?
Because there's so many computers around the world in every country that backs the protocol, and he does not have a disproportionate interest.
Okay.
He can't change the code for a million computers worldwide. He can't do that.
But XRP, they could.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a big risk. So it's a protocol. It was gifted to the world by Satoshi Nakamoto. That's their name. We don't know if it's a he, a her. We don't know exactly who the founder is. Satoshi Nakamoto, and disappeared post-creation.
Okay.
And we call that the Immaculate Conception. It's the same as discovering electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity. Hey, now you can. What would we? We wouldn't be doing this podcast here if we didn't adopt electricity.
Yeah. That's correct.
It's like people adopted something that was discovered, but it's not owned by one person.
Yeah.
And it's so unique to have that in finance. It's so unique. I can't put enough emphasis on that. And so it's like mathematics. Mathematics, we have a worldwide protocol. 1 + 1 is 2.
Yes.
I go in China, 1 + 1 is 2 as well. It's a protocol.
Yeah.
We all agree upon it. Bitcoin, it's a protocol for computers. All computers agree upon the fact that there's only 21 million. And if I send you Bitcoin, all computers agree upon the fact that Mathieu Jacques send Bitcoin to Noah Tessier. It's a protocol that's worldwide that no one, not even a country, can impact.
Yeah.
Not even a company can impact.
That's
Not
crazy.
even my neighbor, not even no one.
Yeah.
No one can impact it. It's beautiful. So it's ethically sound
Yeah.
because there's no founder. So it's also technically sound. Technically sound means it's a global network. So you can send it to anyone. I can hold it with a bank in the United States, and I can hold it with a bank in UK if I want, or in
Yeah.
Norwegian, or whatever. So Bitcoin network uses a 90 terawatt hour on a yearly basis, which is a whole lot of power, like a whole lot of power. Just to give you comparable, Finland uses 79 terawatt hour in a year. So that's a whole country, and Bitcoin uses more power to make sure that the network is secure and it can't be controlled and it's decentralized.
Okay.
So that's bigger than what the Department of Defense uses in the United States.
That's
They
crazy.
use 30 terawatts hour on a yearly basis.
Wow.
So that means it's nation state resistant.
Yeah.
Even the most powerful country that dominated the whole world with their
National defense,
army
yeah.
and national defense can't even topple it.
Wow.
Apple can't topple it. Microsoft can't topple it. Amazon can't topple it. Nvidia, they have a whole lot of GPUs, graphics cards. That's how they do their AI databases
Yeah.
and everything. They can't topple it because Bitcoin is on a specific computer. It's called an ASIC miner, and it's a chip of computer that's only purpose is to defend the Bitcoin network.
Okay.
And that's it.
So that's to secure Bitcoin, to secure the crypto from hackers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And it's to make sure that the transactions are 1-to-1. They're all fact-checked. There's not going to be a bigger supply ever. All the computers in the world agree.
Yeah.
So it's technically sound.
What happens if one of the computers disagree?
We exit out. Say that your computer, say your computer says 42 million.
Yeah.
We don't believe you. We don't care what you're saying. All other computers are on the same consensus,
Yeah.
and we believe these computers.
Okay.
And if there's one computer that says the supply is different, or it says I sent the money to someone else than Noah Tessier when I wanted to send it to Noah Tessier, we don't agree.
Okay.
I actually sent it to you,
Yes.
and all the other computers fact check it. And the last thing, it's economically sound. It's a fixed supply.
Yeah.
Never going to be more ever. That's unique. There's nothing else like it. We have 100% guarantee that there won't be any other Bitcoins as soon as the last one is mined, and that's going to be in 2135, in the year 2135.
2135. So
Yep.
that's in over 100 years.
Yes, the last
110
Bitcoin will take 34 years to mine.
That's crazy.
The last one. Yeah,
Wow.
It is crazy. There's going to be a supply shock. There's going to be a massive supply shock. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
right now they're finding more and more Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There's 450 Bitcoins mined every day
450?
right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if ever, like, I couldn't do it, but if ever a big company like Microsoft says, hey, I want to start buying Bitcoin, this is a good idea here.
Yeah.
They could buy 450 in one day.
Yes.
That's
that would shoot up the market,
4.5
right?
million. Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Yes, okay.
That's amazing.
So you'd be very happy about that.
Yeah. And I believe that's going to happen.
Yes.
I believe that countries are going to adopt it. Putin said the other day, I saw it on X there, he said, everybody knows it at this point, no country can impact Bitcoin, and that's why we're going to start buying it. He said it on X.
So if a country, I know Russia gets a lot of backlash, but if a country is starting to buy into something, you must be doing something right,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, the thing that they're doing right is that it's a commodity.
Yes.
It's same as Russia saying, hey, we know that no one has disproportionate amount of control on gold, so we'll buy gold to save our money.
Because
it's
that's
the
always
same as
been-
that, but there's more gold mined every day.
Yeah, because the national reserve has always been gold.
Yeah.
So I think possibly Bitcoin would surpass that and they would have like a national reserve of Bitcoin.
I believe so.
And that would just all be online. You wouldn't need to hold it.
That's correct. So no one can steal it. No one can go
Yeah.
to your biggest vault. If ever the States takes over Russia and they go to the biggest vault, they can't find the Bitcoin. There's
Yeah.
nowhere you can find it.
Good for the economy.
Yes. It's
sure.
very good.
Yes.
It's very good for the economy down in Cuba, where they have hyperinflation and they want to have a place that they can save their money.
Yeah.
I zap it into the Bitcoin network. I'm earning money to have invested instead of being hyperinflated and not be able to pay my grocery for this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's nation state resistant. Governments can topple it. Corporations can topple it, or individuals can topple it. It's too big to fail now. Yeah. It's too big to fail. And when we were talking about the terawatt hour that it uses, it's about 91 terawatt hour for the whole year, which is a crazy amount. Just to give you an idea, Canada uses about 577 from my research last night.
So like the whole country,
the
like
whole
my house,
country.
your house, all the houses.
Everything, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you plug your truck, whatever kind of power draw,
Yes.
it's TV, the lights, everything. So, first world countries use more power, but not the DoD or not the army, or
Yeah.
so they can't topple it even if they tried.
Yeah.
And then, so I remember when Marty came on, he had environmental concerns a little bit. He was saying because that's a lot of power draw.
He was talking a lot about, mining Bitcoin. Because you can mine Bitcoin. I don't know the process. I know it needs computers, but how much electricity does that take?
Yeah, it's
to mine Bitcoin.
that's what it is. 91 terawatt hour in a year. Like, when we say like gigabytes, like 50 gigabytes is a lot.
Yeah.
One in 1 terabyte,
Yeah.
there's 1 billion gigabytes. And so in 1 terawatt, there's 1 million gigawatts.
All right.
1 billion, sorry, 1 billion gigawatts. And we're talking 91 gigawatts in a year.
Okay. So if you start mining Bitcoin, is that going to be whatever you're mining? Is that going to take more? Are you going to earn more than what your hydro bill will be?
You are, me, if I were to mine, no, not in Canada with the rates that we have right now.
Yeah.
It's not self-sufficient anymore. Within the first years, it was.
Okay.
It was, and you're going to make a lot of money if you mined.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a lot of people at home that were mining that are starting to stop. I see a lot of posts on X about that. And but if ever you have a solar grid, and you're going to burn out your power grid if ever you're not selling that power because you're too small of a country, why not mine Bitcoin? Or if ever you have a dam, whole lot of water is going through the dam, you don't have anyone to sell the power to, why not mine Bitcoin?
That's right.
You're
It's gonna
making
get wasted anyway.
free money because it's going to be wasted anyways.
Yeah.
So why not? So there's an incentive for green energy.
Yeah.
There's an incentive to use solar power, wind farms, and dams.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. And you can monetize harnessing energy.
Yeah.
And Canada, God, we could profit off that.
For sure.
The amount of dams we have, the amount of gas, the amount of oil that we have.
For sure.
We could profit off Bitcoin so much if we wanted to.
For sure.
We're a powerhouse of oil.
Yeah. Do you have any more? We're starting to run out of time.
That's pretty much what I wanted to discuss today. It was an amazing conversation.
That was great. I learned a lot personally on all those things.
Yeah.
Sucks for Haley Welch. But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is.
And for the viewers out there, like if you think I know a lot about this, I started my research in 2021, and I only started investing in June of 2024. Like I'm not
So
I'm
you're
not too
recently involved.
yeah, I'm not too much in advance to you, and if you don't believe in it, totally fine. But I'm trying to explain what it is to have full transparency, so to spread it to the world. My personal opinion, Bitcoin is hope.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is hope for humanity. It's hope for your family. It's hope for your country. It's hope for your business. You can save your money without being controlled by a government, a corporation, or any of your neighbors.
Can a corporation own Bitcoin?
Yes.
Like, let's say you get incorporated.
Yeah.
Can your corporation own
Yeah,
Bitcoin?
just like corporations can own silver and gold because it's a commodity.
So let's say you sell your Bitcoins. What's the tax rate on that?
It's the tax. It's the capital gains tax of your
gain.
jurisdiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would be better off buying it with your corporation.
Yes, definitely, because the tax would be lower.
Yeah.
If you're planning to sell.
Yes.
I rather buy it at my name and hold it in my name because I'm not planning to sell.
But if you're trading
here's
Bitcoin,
something though.
you don't get.
Here's something. If you want to sell it and not pay taxes, there's jurisdictions. Like for example, I saw this morning, Czech Republic. They said that if you hold your Bitcoin at least 3 years, no capital gains tax when you sell it.
Wow.
So they're incentivizing their population to save their money. And when you liquidate it after 3 years, there's no capital gains tax. So if ever I hold it 3 years in their jurisdiction, if I want, I can zap it to a bank over there. Nothing stopping me. I can sell it without a tax bill in 3 years if I want to.
Also, if you start buying stuff, like at one point you'll be able to buy stuff with Bitcoin, you're gonna save on the capital gain because you can just spend it without putting it in your bank account.
Yes, but it's not a currency, and it's hard to make that viable because there's commission costs every transaction you make.
Okay.
So it's worth to spend your Bitcoin when you live in Africa and you don't want to hold your colonial franc or your Nigerian naira, but in Canada it's not viable.
But let's say you owe me $2,000. You transfer me $2,000 in Bitcoin. Do you need to pay taxes
Nope.
on that?
No, that's beautiful. I love that.
That would
That's
be great
beautiful.
if we could get paid
Yes.
in Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's a football player that's getting paid in Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah. I follow him on X. He keeps
Who is it?
posting it. I don't know his name. I'll send it to you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a football player that told the NFL he wants to be paid by Bitcoin, and he hasn't regretted his decision at all.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah, he keeps posting like, "Oh, you people were hating on me because I decided to get paid by Bitcoin. Look who's laughing now."
well, it's true, right? Like it is.
Beautiful.
Crazy.
It's hope. It's
Yeah.
hope for everyone, and I hope humanity, or I know humanity will embrace it. And there's going to be deniers forever,
Yeah,
and that's
like,
totally
go,
fine.
like every
if you
investment.
don't want to accept it, totally fine. If you didn't accept electricity, where are you? You're an Amish, right? If you don't accept
That's
electricity,
right.
you're an Amish.
That's right.
Do you want to live like that? You can live like that. I have nothing against you. You can live like that if you want to. But I'm adopting the future. I'm buying property that Russia will want to buy from me in the future. I'm buying property that everyone will want to buy from me in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that was a great episode.
Yeah,
Thank you for
it was
your
amazing.
knowledge, Matt. Incredible.
For sure.
Very excited for episode number 8.
Yes.
Hoping to have a guest on.
Yeah, we're
Kevin.
going to. Is it looking good for that?
I believe so.
Okay, so yeah, the next episode
still
we're
need to
thinking of
confirm.
getting a financial broker on.
Mortgage
So,
broker.
yeah, mortgage broker.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be able to discuss interest rates and new
sure.
regulations and everything like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of very interesting things with mortgages for first-time home buyers.
Yes.
With like the amortization rate, and
That's gonna
gonna
provide a lot of
change.
value to our viewers.
it's gonna change the real estate investment world, in my opinion.
Definitely.
You're gonna be able to invest a lot faster in real estate.
30 years for a mortgage. That's amazing.
Secured mortgage,
Yeah.
unsecured, or whatever it is. CMHC.
Anyways, we'll have him on and we'll
For
have
sure.
all those terms confirmed. But
Yes, for sure.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay tuned for that episode. And remember, Bitcoin is hope. Stay tuned.
Like and subscribe. Share to your friends. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Ciao.